What's up guys, my name is Gabe and welcome into the Trojan Blade. The next video up was supposed to be a viewer comment video about the state of the program and the defense, but I called an audible. Frankly, I've had a change of thought and expectation regarding this USC team. I know what to expect going forward, and I'm not going to let my preseason assumptions limit my ability to enjoy this team. So before we get into it today, if you are enjoying the videos, please do leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And make sure you check out both the Trojan Blade store and the Trojan Blade Patreon. They're both linked down below in the description. Thanks so much for being here today, and let's get into it. Okay, so heading into the season, a lot of the fan base, including myself, thought the defense was poised to take a massive leap and be a top 30-ish unit. No one trafficked in the pumping up of the Trojan defense more than me. I had very high hopes for this group. And what we've seen so far is that we are not a top 30-ish defense, or 50-ish, or 60-ish, or 70-ish, you get my point. And these last few weeks, I have been pissed. Both the ASU and Colorado games made me so angry. Why though? We won. It was really because I was starting to realize that the defense wasn't fixed and maybe we aren't real national title contenders like most of us thought. And while that does appear to be true, what I've remembered over these last few days is that it's a privilege to have expectations. You have to have something there to even be in the national title conversation. And man, we have it with Lincoln and number 13. But I know what to expect from the defense now. That is going to make having these shootout games a lot more manageable in my opinion. And guys, like I said, the defense is not good. It's not ran or managed well. The personnel decisions are baffling. We don't play our best players, but hey, it's what we have to deal with for the rest of the year. And if there is some good news, it's that we have some players that are talented enough to make some big plays in spite of the coaching. I think of guys like Solomon Byrd, Jamil Muhammad, Eric Gentry, Bear Alexander, Romello Height, Jalen Smith, Mason Cobb, Kalen Bullock. This defense has some phenomenal players. Will they be used correctly? No idea, but it's a far better group than what we had last year. The point I'm trying to make is that now I'm heading into these games not expecting much from them. I will not be predicting us to hold teams to 14 points in my game previews anymore. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have an absolute blast watching the best offense in America. I'm going to enjoy the best quarterback to ever play college football while we still have him. And I'm just going to hold my breath and hope for the best every time our defense is out there. I'm going to have a coach's approach and take this game by game. As long as we win, I'll be good. Now, am I still going to be critical? Of course. I've talked about this in the comment section with you guys, but most of the media that cover USC can't be honest with what they see. I'm in a position, thanks to you guys, where I can cover this team and not worry about having access. USC doesn't own me. I can and will speak freely about this team. We don't sunshine pump on this channel. But in that same respect, I'm done wasting my time and energy getting all worked up and yelling about the defense. We know the defense isn't good. I'm pretty sure we're currently the 98th ranked total defense, and that's having played against 4 of the worst offenses in America. So yeah, not great. But again, as long as we win, I'll be okay. If and when we drop a game because of the defense, that'll be a different story. But hey, we're 5-0. 5-0 back-to-back years for the first time since the mid-2000s. That just shows you how hard it is to win. I don't want to take winning for granted, especially in this year's Pac-12. And man, we've got some tricky games coming up, and that starts this week with Arizona. So I don't care if we give up 35 points. I'm almost expecting it. As long as we score 36, I'm cool. So earlier, I told you my expectations have changed for this team. What are those expectations? Well, I actually thought Caleb didn't have a very good chance of winning his second Heisman, but with how insane his numbers are, I actually think he's going to do it, which is just the craziest damn thing to say out loud. If anyone has ever deserved to pull that off, it's Caleb, not a doubt in my mind about that. I think the offense has been very tame and even bland at times this year. I think Lincoln is absolutely going to be in his bag in South Bend, and we're going to see the leash come off this offense. I expect Brendan Rice to continue his transition into stardom. I expect the offensive line to look better and better as they get more comfortable with one another. Overall with the offense, I expect it to look a lot smoother and more cohesive starting next week in South Bend, which should just be a terrifying thought for all those people. And defensively, I expect them to give up yards. I expect them to give up points. I expect them to miss tackles. I expect some fantastic individual efforts, but I also expect coaching malpractice to take place multiple times a game. But now that we know what to expect, that's going to make this a lot easier to deal with, for me personally anyway. There's a lot of reasons to be happy and feeling good about this team. There's also some stuff that makes you confused or even angry. It's all about your approach and how you look at it. For me, I'll be making a concerted effort to not lose my shit when we give up 35 points to Arizona this week. Easier said than done, but I'll try my best. So to wrap up here, I guess my point is that we all know that the defense isn't good. They've shown us that through 5 games. But honestly, being upset and negative about it is just weighing me down. I don't want to spend these last games we have watching Caleb being miserable because the defense can't do their job. And I just feel like lowering the overall expectation for the defense is going to make this a much easier viewing experience. But guys, I do want to hear from you. What's your outlook on this team so far? And do you agree with my point of view on this? Or do you differ? Please let me know down below. And guys, that will do it for me today. If you did happen to enjoy this video, please do leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you do want to help support the channel, you can do so over on my Patreon, which I have linked down in the description. Thank you guys so much for being here. You're all awesome, and as always, take care and fight on.